Retailers have always been heavy spenders on newspapers, so in the last fiscal year spending over $800 million on printed newspapers. And so with the growth of mobile advertising and it being predicted to be the fastest growing form of online advertising over the next few years, we thought we'd take a look at newspaper mobile audiences via Emma and see what it tells us about the kind of opportunities for retailers on those platforms. Newspaper mobile audiences are generally bigger spenders than device owners in general. So for example, people who read newspapers on smartphones will spend $500 a year more than smartphone owners in general. And if you look at tablet readers of newspapers, they spend about $900 a year more than other device owners. So they're a high spending audience, and in terms of what they spend it on, the mobile audience for newspapers tends to skew slightly younger. So they're particularly strong spenders on categories like clothing and entertainment, whereas the tablet newspaper audience, they're a little older, so skewing towards 13 to 44-year-olds, and so their heavy spend categories tend to be more like electrical goods, for example. The newspaper mobile audiences have a high propensity to shop online, so over half of both the mobile and tablet newspaper readers have shopped online in the last month, and that compares with less than half device owners in general. So what that means for retailers is that there's an opportunity for them to drive traffic not just to their bricks and mortar stores but also to their online stores. And they can also do that in an environment which is safe, which is brand safe for them, whereas if you contrast that with programmatic buying at the other end of the scale, then you don't know where your ad may end up. And also, with 61% of the newspaper mobile audiences also reading printed newspapers over the course of a month, there's also the opportunity for retailers to coordinate the messaging across the different platforms and potentially achieve transmedia effects. So over a third of the newspaper mobile audience are happy paying for things in shops with their mobile phone, with their smartphone, according to Emma. And that contrasts with just over a quarter amongst smartphone owners in general. So what it means is there are a group of people who are open to that. And if you combine that with the fact that 40% of them say they use a lot of location-based services, compared to 30% of smartphone owners in general, then for retailers that's a group of people who are going to be receptive to receiving in-store promotions delivered direct to their mobile phone.